Okay, so we have the Beatles for new glasses I got. Okay, now we see the red cardinal on the thumbnail. The red cardinal signifies your ancestors coming to say hi, right? When you see them. Well, last night in Astro, they told me to talk about the death card, right? And I said, well, let's see if we get one. So I did a shuffle. I did a shuffle with the Biblical Tarot, and the number 13 card came out, the death card. And it came out with the Page of Swords. So somebody is receiving the truth, and therefore they're either going to die physically or they're going to die to their old ways. Okay? And what removal is I'm going to read just a little bit out of my book I'm studying. It says, as for those resonating at the low frequency range of fear, anger, negativity, they will be removed because everything in existence vibrates to a frequency to remain intact. Otherwise, it cannot exist if the pitch is not a match. This is the true meaning of the two men who were both working in the fields. One man disappears while the other man stays at the coming of the kingdom of light. And I thought that was funny that it would reference a biblical scripture when I'm using the Biblical Tarot, and the death card was the first card out when I left Astro. That's what they were telling me to talk on. So you see how all this connects if you just do the footwork. Okay, and the Page of Swords, which is the Page of Feathers, wants you to... Oh, I'm just looking for my magnifying glass. It's hiding. It's hiding somewhere. Okay, we'll read it without. It says, Esther saves the Jews. The Queen Esther answered, if I have found favor with you, your majesty, and if I please you, grant me my life. This is my petition. And spare my people. This is my request. Now, are you seeing how that goes along with the rapture verse of people are not going to make it? It goes along with the death card. People are going to die of heart attacks. People are going to combust. People are going to change. Okay? This is change energy. But you see how even the scripture that fell out, which is Esther 7 verse 3, goes right with everything I'm saying. So if you rewind and start back the last 4 minutes till now, that all is just an amazing, amazing trip, because that's what I was told in Astro. I get up, I do my dishes, I feed my animals, my stray animals, and then I come right to you. And look what we get. They told me to use this deck, I shuffled, etc., etc. So you can take the scripture of they're sitting in the field and one leaves and one stays, right? You can take the scripture of Esther 7:3. You can take the cosmic origin paragraph about how, as in when we shift, okay, what happens to the low frequency people that live in fear and anger? Everything is together. Now I find my magnifying glass when I already read you. So my eyes are shifting. Okay, so then we're going to take the bottom card here, and we have the Ten of Swords. Samson loses his strength. Okay, remember Delilah? Remember her cutting off his hair? Judges 16:19. After putting him to sleep on her lap, she called for someone to shave off the 7 braids of his hair, and then she began to subdue him, and his strength left him. And if you know the story about Samson, you know, he had long hair, and that's why I think a lot of us love long hair. And that was his strength, right? And she cut it off to subdue him. So here we go again. This is the 10 of feathers, the 10 of swords. It's telling you that you've had a lot of hurt in your life. And what it's also telling me is that your powers have been subdued. And I can vouch for that, okay? All of our powers are being now reset. What powers do you want? Request them. What powers do you know you already have? Ask for them to be highlighted, amplified is the word. Okay, this is Judges 16:19. So you want to read about Samson loses his strength, and you want to read about Esther 7:3, and then the death card is the 4 horsemen. So those are 3 stories you can look up, and you can dive deep into them if you want. I love that picture. It's beautiful picture. And the thumbnail with the red cardinal is just telling you that your ancestors are telling you this, okay? They told me to tell you this in Astro, and I was just going to start speaking, right, with the red cardinal and explaining what they wanted me to tell you. And I said, well, I'll pick some cards first, right? Use the Biblical Tarot and make sure to use the Nordic. And I did, and look what came out. Isn't it just amazing? I just love it. Okay, the Nordic says healing. So just basically what I said, get healed or get left behind. All right, and underneath healing is dream. Now remember, I say dreams are astral remembrances. But when I see this card, I feel manifestation power. So make sure to use your manifestation power. It would be amazing for Samson and Esther of the timeline to be together in 2025. Well, yeah, and you know, we're all together, and there's fragments. If you feel drawn to Samson and Delilah, right? If you feel drawn to them, you could be Samson or you could be Delilah. There's fragments of us in all them people in the past. Them people aren't different people. They're all part of the collective. And that goes deeper, but I wanted to read what Soul Sister was saying there. Irene's on the live, and Soul Sister. I call you Soul Sister, even though I know it says Soul Stars of the Violet Flame. My name to you is Soul Sister. And Irene, I call Irene. Okay? So anyway, so we're back to astral remembrance is your dreams. So don't call them dreams, call them astral remembrances, because that's what you're remembering from astral. Dreams are manifestations. It's like that 10 of cups energy where people think you're talking fantasy about living on a spaceship or about getting a twin flame or the whatever you're manifesting, and they think it's just a joke. Well, it's not, okay? Now, we're going to pick a few more cards. I'm going to shuffle these cards, and we're going to pick a few more cards. I did shuffle them already, but what do you want to tell the collective? Because I've just been talking for the last 10 minutes about what you wanted me to tell you from Astro. So I believe a big shaking up's coming. I believe some kind of rapture event's coming. I believe some kind of death situation's coming. I really, really feel this. So if a lot of people die on you or a lot of people leave you and you find yourself maybe alone, maybe even a lot of pets will leave the earth, don't take it as a negative, is the warning. Okay? Everything is happening because it has to happen. Okay? Let's see. Let's do a few quick cards here. Self-expression is the best thing they can tell you to do. Be authentic. This station is always authentic, never edited. I'm always live. Okay? Then we've got focus on your soulmate. If you can focus on your soulmate, then you can get this mission accomplished a little bit faster. Okay? Seek more wisdom because wisdom is in reverse. So just like Soul Sister asking about Samson and Delilah, dig into that. Read the chapter in the Bible that I mentioned, which is Judges 16, chapter 16. This is verse 19, but dig into it. Your ancestors will reveal so much to you. You could be this girl right here. You know who that is, right? Delilah. You could be fragments of her. Your soulmate could be fragments of who she brought in there to cut off his hair. Does it say what his name is? No, she calls him someone. Okay? All this stuff is not coming out by accident. You're on this station every day, okay? All you that are watching this. This stuff is for you. This is straight from the astro. So wisdom is in reverse because there's so much more that we can learn. We have been so dumbed down. We have been so programmed. We're leaving that. There's no money or politics on my spaceship, but for any of us that have to stay here, we still have to have money until there's no money. So the money card came up for me to tell you that. If and when I'm on my spaceship full time, we have replicators, we have fun rooms, we have offices. We don't use money or politics, okay? But if we have to stay here, just like when I get off the podcast, I have to go over my checkbook, go over my bills, right? But we can do it in comfort, okay? And that was something that was coming out yesterday. So when I went to the grocery store, I actually bought myself some comfort food. Okay, what's your comfort food? I made banana bread because I love making banana cakes and banana breads, but I didn't want to make it all by scratch, so I bought a banana cake. And that was my comfort food. It was one of them you just pop out of the bag and put in a pan and bake it. Okay, fun time, see? Comfort food and fun time. I'm going to be writing out my bills, but I'm going to be jamming out to, I got Jay Giles on the cassette. So we'll be listening to some Jay Giles band, and we'll be doing our checking account and playing with the animals. It's going to be a high of 75 today in California. So you just have fun. So comfort food and fun time. Sensitivity, they're warning you not to be too sensitive. Calm your sensitivity. And be sensitive to the energy of what I'm saying, they're saying. And back to romance. So we're just going right back around to soulmates and romance. So while you're waiting for your mission partner, or if you already have your mission partner and you're waiting for your money for your project, for your mission, because a lot of you are staying here and doing projects with your soulmate, right? Well, the suggestion was to ask for wisdom because it was upside down and self-expression. So get your projects more personalized is what I'm hearing. And then, as I said, you want to do comfort and fun time. Go buy yourself some ice cream or something, right? That's the only thing I'm missing is some ice cream. I even made homemade frosting. And don't be too sensitive. When these people die on you, when the pets die on you, when the people transform on you, when you cut the cords, when you're all alone, don't be so sensitive. Okay, that was a great reading. I want you to know that I really do thank you for listening, and I am Miss Mystic.